How you doing, boys? Thought I'd do a quick video, have a bit of a chat to you guys about the weapons that I use, the loadout that I use, why I use it, what I intend to use next season after sunsetting happens, and just my general thoughts on sunsetting and stuff because I just felt like making a video. For those of you wanting a funny video, I'm probably only going to inject a minimal humor into this one. It's going to be a bit more serious. Yeah, not too serious, but you know what I mean. Anyway, everyone knows this. My favourite gun in the game, Smuggler's Word. Unfortunately, it's going to be a gun that gets sunset next season. But what makes this so good is that it's basically got range on everything. Range, ricochet rounds. You know, moving target is a flat plus 10 to aim assist. And I think it's a plus 10 to agility when you're aiming down sights as well. One of the most underrated perks in the game. It's my favourite gun. If this gets sunsetted, which almost certainly will, this will probably be my replacement unless I can find something better. It's pretty good, not perfect. It's got, you know, a range. Actually, this sight isn't perfect. I'd prefer Farpoint. I prefer range masterwork, but otherwise, this is what I want: opening shot, rangefinder. It's very good sidearm. Kills in 2 heads, 2 bodies. I don't like it as much as my Smuggler's Word, but it's a pretty good replacement. This sniper will probably be a bit of a beast next season. As you can see, I haven't really used this one yet. I used a very similar role, but got this one, it's a bit better. But I'm planning on this being a, you know, sort of crouching, slide into a crouch sort of a role. It's a very good sniper, and I think once, you know, some of the other low zoom scope snipers get a nerf, I think this one will shine. And also, you know, because it's from this season, it'll be good for another 12 months. Another sniper that I really like, which will hopefully be good for another 12 months because it's a raid sniper, or at least I think it's a raid sniper, is this Supremacy. This used to be the double body shot king, this bad boy. That's why I got a counterbalance stock on it, because it gave it 100 recoil direction, I think, or very close to. Plus with the chamber compensator, but still a very good sniper nonetheless. And the only other weapon in this primary slot that I'd use other than a sidearm or these 2 snipers would be, you know, I'd chuck on the Suros occasionally. Everyone knows the Suros. It's disgusting. Need I say more? And this bad boy is a little kid that got bullied in school, you know, and one day he's gonna grow up and he's gonna beat up all the bullies, right? It might not ever happen, but maybe one day it will. I call this the best roll on the worst gun in the game, because tap the trigger and under pressure, kind of, you know, this works the first half magazine, this works on the second half. You know, ricochet rounds, you know, medium zoom scope, stability. You know, this is as much stability as I could give this fucking piece of shit. And it really is a piece of fucking shit, but it's one of those guns that I just hope becomes good one day, because why not? 600 and 700 RPM SMGs are just so fucking worthless. My other favourite gun in the game, this bad boy, it's just a stats king. You know, exotics are getting sunsetted, so, you know, get good with your exotics is what I have to say. Exotics will stay around indefinitely, and this is probably a weapon I'll use well into the future, because it's a stats king. It's just a monster in all regards. Good range, good damage, unbelievable stability. Just wish there was a bit more ammo for it in PvP. And I think COLDHEART is almost as good. Very underrated, COLDHEART. In some respects, it's even better than Wave Splitter. Especially with the Catalyst, with the extra stability and shit. So, yeah. And then there's just the other guns that I like in here. This is my favourite sniper, the Twilight opening shot and box breathing, both procced at the same time. It just feels like you can't miss. You know, extra range, chamber compensator, so it's good for spamming shots. Stability masterwork. Range would have been good, but stability's still good as well. This thing's a bit of a beast as well. Quite like that. And then there's just other guns that are sort of like Probably won't use a whole lot, but I kind of like them. You know, like this is my old favorite fusion rifle backup plan. Used to be disgusting. It's still pretty good. Like if you want to shut down a shotgun rusher or you want to push and get a quick VOOP off, it's still a pretty handy perk, but it's been nerfed pretty hard. I still pull it out occasionally. People don't expect it. This fusion rifle though, this one's pretty nasty, man. It's got a lot of aim assist, and under pressure gives it even more, and tap the trigger gives it even more again, plus the targeting masterwork. Plus, it has accelerated coils and a charge time masterwork, and which means that it's quite a fast charge for a 5-bolt kill, and it really doesn't feel like you need to hit all your bolts. I feel like all the aim assist you get from this sort of means you only have to sort of wave it in their general direction and they'll die. It's actually a pretty good fusion rifle, that one. Not bad at all. This is the sidearm that'll be used next season if I use a primary sniper. It's not perfect. I wish I had far point and a range masterwork, but it's pretty good. Tap the trigger and rangefinder. It's pretty nasty last hope. And this is the last dance that I really like as well. A very similar role, but it's got all the range perks on it. That's nasty. And this Drang is probably the best Drang you could get. It's disgusting, but unfortunately it'll be sunsetted. But yeah, it's pretty disgustingly good. If it sounds like I'm got a cold, it's because I have a cold. So just thought I'd clear that up. This Galliard, everyone's telling me, oh, Galliard's so fucking good. Oh my god, I don't think it's that good, really. It's a good roll, but yeah, I don't know, just don't like it, eh? I hope this sword doesn't get sunsetted because it comes from the Dreaming City, but it probably will. This sword's fucking so good for PvE. Tireless Blade and Whirlwind Blade are just fucking disgusting. You can just slash anything to death. Fucking so good. But if I'm playing PvP, I'll probably use this rocket launch here. Tracking, sometimes it doesn't help, but I think it helps more than it hinders. Clown cartridge is good for fucking PvE, but I don't use it for PvE. And yeah, blast radius. It's got maximum blast radius, essentially. So that's pretty good. This is the rocket launcher I used to use. Also pretty good. And yeah, I've got a couple of good... This was my old favourite DPS weapon. Spike Grenade Swarm of the Raven. But this bad boy is going to take its place. As you can see, it's from this season, so it'll be good for another 12 months, in theory. Spike Grenades, Clown Cartridge, full court, boss spec. Yeah, it's pretty good. The only way this could get better is if it had a velocity masterwork, I think. But I think the blast radius probably helps more than it hinders because of the full court. But it takes a little bit of damage away from the spike grenades. But I think it still pans out. As for armor, I pretty much exclusively use Crest of Alpha Lupi for this slot. It's just, in my opinion, the most underrated Titan exotic. You know, health for you and your team on demand. It's extremely good if you're absolute and you get pushed. You can pop a shield down, which protects you from the front. You get your health back, and if someone charges you, you know, the last thing they expect is a Titan to get his health back. You know, and you can pop it down even if you see your teammates taking damage. You can pop it down, get your teammates some health back. It's really handy. I've got some good rolls on other bits of armor in case there's another exotic armor piece that I like, but I think I'll keep using this into the future, and it won't get sunsetted either. I've got some really good rolls on helmets. These two will be good for next season, and another 12 months. This one as well. So you can see, I always go for a helmet that has 2 strength. If it has 2 strength, that means it's allocated those points to other stats that matter, because I don't value strength all that much. You know, you can see 2 strength here, 2 strength there. These ones, this is a monster of a helmet. This one, look at this. It's got a 76 roll, which means it was a 64 roll. So that'd be if I put a discipline mod on it or whatever, it'd be up to 86. Same as this one, bit of a beastly roll. Actually, I think this one's even better. No. I think that one's... Yeah, I think this one's the best one I've got. Yeah, this one. It's got the best roll I've got. But it doesn't work as well with my other pieces of armor as this one does. This one's also got a very, very good roll. Say 84. And, you know, next season when this disappears, I'll just chuck on this, more than likely. Arms, same deal. You know, at the moment it's small arms loader. I'll just switch it to sidearm loader next season if I'm using sidearms for PvP, which I probably will be. You see it's a very good roll as well, 86. I think that's my best rolled gloves. Actually, this would be even more. This would be 87 roll. But unfortunately, that doesn't work as well with my setup here, as you can see. This one does. And for boots, I believe these boots are from the raid, so these boots will still be okay for next season. As will these, and these, and these. As you can see, 2 strength on all of them as well. But this roll here is just fucking unbelievable. 92. Fucking 92, man. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. I'm still salty that I can't keep this helmet for... It's only going to be good for one more season. It's just a really good fucking helmet. And then the Titan mark, it doesn't really matter. You might want to know why I have so many marks, masterwork. I've actually got like 5 or 6 more Titan marks masterwork sitting in the vault. It's because I've maxed out on Descended shards. Yeah, I've got 10 here and 10 in the vault. I've also got 40,000 Crucible tokens and 50,000 Gunsmith materials sitting in the vault. And I've got 3,000 of enhancement cores. And as you can see, I've got a fair few legendary shards. And just a little bit of bright dust as well. I think I've only bought like 1 or 2 things ever with bright dust because I don't give a fuck. Maybe one day Bungie will come out and say, oh, you know, we can use bright dust to upgrade guns or something, and it'll become pay to win, and I'll have some handy. I don't know. General thoughts on sunsetting. I mean, I can see the argument for it one way or another. I'm somewhat prepared for it. I'm a little bit sad that I'll have to give up some weapons that I like. But at the same time, I'm optimistic that Bungie are doing it for the right reasons instead of the wrong reasons. You know, we lost all our weapons at the end of year 1 of Destiny 1. And when Taken King came along, we didn't really care all that much because Taken King was so good. And I hope that is the same case with the September DLC that's coming out. So, or Bungie could just be fucking us and they'll make like 3 new guns in September, and then we'll just use the same 3 guns. You know, like we had 12 months of Better Devils with a static roll. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's never good to put your faith in Bungie, but oh well, let's hope they fall through. Anyway, boys, those are my weapons and armor. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that Epstein didn't kill himself. There are only 2 genders, and vote Trump in 2020. Alright, boys, have a good one.